Today, I want to show you how to scale Facebook ads fast with viral AI UGC ads. Something recently that we started testing with some of our clients and has been working really well. Just to show y'all an example real quick, we had this one particular ad back in March, spent over $13,000, driving over 434 purchases for this particular client, all profitable and helping us spend more with Facebook ads. Now, just to show y'all the creative and the kind of the example of what we'll be kind of going into and creating today. Here is
my dad has been.
Let's turn off audio here for a second, but you'll see this AI creator down here. We'll have some captions and then also a mix of B-roll. And these work really well to kind of help create what I would say, like you can already do voiceovers and stuff with captions and some B-roll, but just adding this extra element of someone talking just helps add this extra layer of creating this organic, more natural looking piece of content specifically for advertising Facebook. So with that being said, I'll actually show y'all today how to create this, going through creating the script, going through creating the actual AI avatar, and then also to how you can edit it real quick and then upload it. So let's dive into ChatGPT first. Inside of ChatGPT, I just started a whole new thread or chat, whatever you call it. And I just simply uploaded all of my product info, basically everything my product does, everything, all my features of my product, reviews, all of those good things. And then I spent some time researching the market to understand what's going on in the marketplace around my product. Did a bunch of research around my avatar, different desires, problems, symptoms, all of those good things, put in a doc, and I basically just uploaded to ChatGPT and said, hey, one of these is my product info doc. The other one's my product research doc. Please only use these for the next couple things in this thread itself. And all this does is just simply give ChatGPT the only data to think about versus just using ChatGPT freely and allowing it to do whatever research with no real direction. Now, next thing is I'll basically just went and said, hey, as an Instagram influencer with over 1 million followers that my target audience looks up to, please create me a list of hooks. And all we simply did was had ChatGPT go ahead and run me a list of these hooks. And this particular product was just a product I found real quick online as an example product. This is not an actual product we're promoting right now. So just being very clear on that. It's just a simple example product for today's video. So here it gave me a couple different hooks from ChatGPT. Sipping this replaced my afternoon coffee forever. If you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this tea hack. I ditched energy drinks for this one game-changing tea. Secret to feeling vibrant all day, no jitters. My new obsession for energy without anxiety. And I really liked hook number 2 because it's calling out a specific group of people who are crashing by 3 p.m. And then it's introducing a new solution for that particular problem, or you could say symptom basically. Now, all I did was tell ChatGPT that. I basically just said, hey, using this hook, if you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this tea hack. As the first sentence, please finish the rest of the script using a blend of ethos, pathos, and logos messaging. This is just the 3 types of like parts of basically like kind of the brain and types of like how we see messaging and stuff and the types of people, how they respond to that. And all it did is it went and created me a script using that particular hook right there. So if you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this tea hack. As someone who teaches yoga, runs a wellness blog, juggles a packed schedule, I know firsthand how draining afternoons can feel. I've tried everything, coffees, energy drinks, even adaptation and powders, but nothing aligned perfectly with my natural lifestyle. So notice how we're calling these things out to align with the level of market sophistication our market's at by just completely acknowledging the fact there is other solutions, and this particular video is not around those particular solutions itself. You're not feeling exhausted right around 3 p.m. energy plummets. Just being relatable, logical. Here's the truth. Typical caffeinated drinks spike your energy. Basically just calling out the fact that, most caffeinated drinks spike your energy, makes you jittery and you crash, aka people who drink like coffee during the day. And then introducing the solution right here, which is basically our product. And then what makes our product basically the superior product to go for. So this is a pretty good script. Would I say it's like 100% perfect? No, but for something that we created in ChatGPT, like literally within like 5 minutes, I think this is a pretty good script. So I just kind of give it a couple more things. Can you give me the script without the big headlines? Okay, I want to remove these things right here. And then also to do not use any of these things. That's just an easy way. You can also tell something was written by ChatGPT. And then it just gave me my script perfectly right here. And then next thing I did was I just simply said, hey, add B-roll for each of these lines. So now that we have a script, we can go ahead and start making our AI avatar. So I'm just going to copy this right here. And what we're going to use today is a software called Arcads. Arcads is the sponsor of today's video, but as mentioned multiple times before, I only work with sponsors I actively work with, and I've created hundreds of ads with Arcads. So I'm only promoting this particular service and software just due to the fact that like they actually create a really great product. And what this allows you to do is literally go ahead and give a script to Arcads and literally go and create content.
If you crash,
pretty realistic. There is a lot of videos inside of different actors you can leverage with Arcads that I personally can't even tell the difference between is this real or if this was done with Arcads. So I'm gonna give you all a full tour of how it works.
PM,
Show you all an example of like fast pacing real quick.
Need to see
what we were able to get out with just this script right here.
If you crash,
literally see a girl talking, her voice sounds phenomenal, and she's going through that particular script right there. Her face, her head's moving a little bit. There is some that move a lot more than others in terms of like walking around their house and stuff. So depending on kind of what you're looking for, you can create some really good stuff here. And just from like full proof that we've actually used this software, I've done, like I said, hundreds already examples and like actual ads for our clients with Arcads. So this is not necessarily the, just paying it and using it for the first time. But yeah, so with that being said, let's dive into Arcads. We're just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna create like a new project real quick for you guys. Here is where we can copy and paste in our script. Now, as you paste in your script, a couple of things with just like kind of like going through your script and stuff, you wanna avoid any like crazy emojis, like pretty much any of this stuff. You want to avoid. So I kind of just took that out beforehand. Sometimes the script may say things different. Like if I say number 1 and do the #1, sometimes it won't come out correctly. So I literally need to always make sure I'm typing things out that I want said. So if I want to say number 1, I want to literally type out number and then type out 1. I don't want to just put like #1. So you want to stick to more just words. It kind of helps make things sound better. And then what you can do here is you can click on talking actors. This is what I specifically want today, but you can also do gestures, which is like literally just getting someone to act something out. There's no audio or anything like that, but like you can make someone laugh. You can make someone jump up and down and excited. You can make someone fall asleep, like those types of things. But today I'm just going to do talking actors today. And then make sure it's text to speech right here. And then I'm going to add in our actors. Now, there's hundreds of actors to choose on Arcads. I would say for me, when I'm picking out an actor, it's first just understanding, okay, male or female. Then after male or female, is it more younger or is it older? So like, for example, for this one, I'm going to do female. And then like I could do a young adult, for example, or I can do adult, or I can do a senior, or I can do a kid, depending on like where I want to go. For this one, I'll do more young adult just because of the type of nature we have. And you can also favorite like some actors. So like if you find an actor for a particular brand you're working with right now, and
hey you, welcome to Arcads. I'm one.
Hey. I like to save those to my favorites. A couple of these ones I've saved for favorites also have worked well for us in the past. And then there's also two different type of like you could say like payment plans and stuff. There's kind of like the more basic one, which is
welcome to
HD and stuff like that. But you can also get exclusive for Pro, which is just like one little higher level like payment plan, which gives you access to like, even higher more better creators itself, which is the plan I use. To be fair, I found really good ones on Pro. I've also found plenty of them that also work really well on the first level plan. So you can easily start off with the first level plan and then upgrade to the Pro as you start seeing success. And you want to invest.
Hey you, welcome to Arcads.
So, first thing you do, obviously, just pick a creator. You can also pick a few creators at a time.
Hey you, welcome to our CADs.
On this creator right here, just because like I'm kind of hitting on like this natural wellness type angle, and we're also, I think we're literally calling out the fact about like wellness and yoga in this particular script right here. Tried everything from coffees and drinks. Let's see, as someone who teaches yoga and runs a wellness blog and juggles a packed schedule, yeah. So long story short, this girl kind of looks like she does yoga. I literally just click on add actors here, and then what that actor will do is then I can actually go ahead and first off I can preview the sound with her voice and everything of her going through this whole script. So if I click on this, it takes a couple seconds real quick. It's going to kind of render out that audio, and then I can actually go and preview.
If you crash by 3 p.m.
before we actually go and create the video. So this is highly recommended just to make sure that it sounds exactly how you want it before you go ahead and click on like the upload button to actually create that particular actor right there. So inside of here, you can also play around with like speed. She talks a little too slow. Stability and similarity, I haven't played with too much. But I know this is going to be more towards like how accurate the script is and how, what I would say, like kind of like how closely the words are being said. To be fair, the thing I've played with the most is just speed. That's the thing I've played with the most. Some actors will talk a little slow and doesn't look completely natural. So I'll speed up a little bit and it'll fit a little bit more natural to the script. And the cool thing about the speed is like it actually makes them talk faster versus if you go into like an editing program where like if you do the speed thing, it'll make the words sound weird because you're speeding up the time, not speeding up them talking. It's the difference between me talking like this versus me talking like this. You know, my vocals are both the same, just one slower. Whereas if like if you go speed it up in like a editing program, it'll make it sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks basically. So here I can preview the voice.
If you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
Cool.
As someone
sounds really good. Like I said, make sure to go through the whole script and then just press this button right here. And then each particular, what I would say like video takes 1 credit. And then I forgot the exact like payment plans and stuff real quick. Let me see if I can go to our website real quick and show y'all. But I know you get a large amount of credits with like the first payment plan and everything like that. Then all I'll click is generate video. Usually it'll take anywhere about 5 to 10 minutes to actually generate that video that you give it. Obviously, longer scripts take a lot longer. So this one right here, we had, I think probably close to like 1,000 words in it or 1,000 characters, where I've submitted some as low as 20, 30 characters and took like almost instant right there. So depending on how long this particular video is or the long the script is, that's also going to dictate just how long it takes to like actually process everything. So just for this sake of this video real quick, and I'm just going to go and kind of fast forward that we got our video back here. I'm just gonna pull up the video real quick. So
if you crash by 3 p.m.
minute and 28 long video of this creator talking,
this blog and juggles a packed schedule, I know
Sure,
firsthand how draining afternoons can feel. I've tried everything from coffees to energy drinks and adaptogen powders, but nothing aligned perfectly with my natural lifestyle.
Cool. And basically just kind of go through it, and we got our video. So what I'll do here is I'm actually going to download, actually let's just go to Arcad real quick. We're going to go here. I already got this video done, so I'm just going to click on download, and we are actually going to go and edit this video now. Obviously there's a couple different ways you can leverage this from the editing standpoint. You can go to Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects, which my editing team does. With that being said, just to try to keep things budget friendly, we'll go into CapCut today and just kind of show y'all like just a couple little tweaks here real quick. So I'll go inside of CapCut, I'll bring that video in, and whether you edit CapCut on your phone or edit on your computer, that's completely up to you. Again, this is not an editing YouTube channel, so I'm not going to go super deep here, but there's hundreds of videos online that kind of goes into CapCut, how to use it and stuff, but just kind of
if you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
So first thing, like for me, when I'm coaching video editors, is I like to keep things moving consistently. So for me, my rule of thumb is every 2 to 3 seconds, we need something new on the screen. So AK, we want a lot of B-roll to put in here. And then we want to be doing a lot of flashbacks and forth between her talking and B-roll. So that way we can also leverage the fact that we have a real person talking here. So for example, I'm going to let her start talking in the beginning here.
If you crashed by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
So now we got our hook, and I'm just going to splice this, split it. Now,
If you crashed by
one thing with hooks here is that we want to visually showcase this thing, as in, we want to visually showcase if you crash by 3 p.m., what would crashing like 3 p.m. look like for my target audience? So if you crash by 3 p.m., typically most people I talk about this are people that like working like behind a desk and stuff. So this is where I'm going to go and show y'all some other software I've been recently using called Grid Bank. Grid Bank is really cool because it allows us to literally, if you go to like websites like Shutterstock or all these other stock websites, they're filmed with like big cameras, like what I'm filming on this video right now. Whereas Grid Bank allows you to have, it's literally just Shutterstock or like these, basically platforms for content, but they're all filmed with iPhone. So you get substantially just better things. So I'm just gonna go download, like for example, this one, girl tired. She looks like she's crashing. I'm gonna go into CapCut. I'm gonna import that in. There we go. I'm just gonna import that in and I'm gonna bring that above. I am going to kind of trim this up a little bit too. There we go. And I'm gonna put it for the same amount of time and just cut that. There we go.
If you crashed by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
The problem with this B-roll footage is, again, I want to still leverage my creator. So I'll come into CapCut. I'll literally just click on Remove BG. And then I'm just going to click the auto removal. I think you need like the premium plan for CapCut for this. So just heads up on that. And then I'm going to drag this all the way down right here.
If you crashed by...
Now we just need to make this girl smaller like that. And I typically like to put them in the corners like this.
If you crashed by...
There we go. I'm going to put her just a little bit more into the corner.
If you crashed by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
There we go. So this is perfect. And then I can also do some other stuff here like adjustments. There we go. Color correction. All right, cool. And then I can like lower, maybe just make this a little darker. Let's see. Highlight shadows. Whites. I'm just going to make it a little darker.
If you crashed by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
Contrast. And then next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add text. I'm going to bring this text right here. And I'm just going to call this crash by 3 p.m. Try this. There we go. Boom. And this would be like basically my hook. Do that. And then I'm just going to go and select like one of these. All right, cool. I just need to link this a little bit more. There we go. I know I'm going more after like a female demographic. Also, I don't like this purple, so I'm going to go for more something like this.
If you crashed by 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack.
All right, cool.
If you crashed...
Solid. And what I'm going to do is...
By 3 p.m., you need to see this T-hack. As someone who teaches yoga...
And I'm just going to remove a little bit of this dead space right here.
T-hack. As someone who teaches yoga...
Okay. So this is good. We got the first one down. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to give you guys another example. So here I'm just going to let this roll as is. So I'm going to let this roll here for like a second or two as is. And then I'm going to start adding in more B-roll. So she starts talking about how she teaches yoga, has a really busy schedule.
Someone who teaches yoga runs a wellness...
All right. So she talks about having yoga and a really busy schedule. So this was, 3 seconds in? All right. I'll start doing my B-roll from like basically
runs a wellness blog and juggles a packed schedule.
To here, I'll do 2 different B-roll clips in between these little spots. And I'll do one of like teaching yoga. And then I'm going to do one of like her driving. So yes, I already picked these out before this, but just to show y'all. Download. There we go. I'm going to import that in. There we go. She talks about yoga first.
Runs a wellness blog.
And then I'm also going to take the driving one in.
And juggles a packed schedule.
So just adding some
As someone who teaches yoga, runs a wellness blog, and juggles a packed schedule, I know firsthand how draining afternoons can feel.
Sweet. And then she talks a little bit more.
I've tried everything from...
Now, I know another thing some people will be talking about is, well, Nick, what if like I need like product placement? How do I actually like put my product in here. I am just going to go and search something up like green tea real quick. And I'm just going to pull a random product real quick. This is a product we're not pushing or anything like that, but just to like show y'all real quick. What's something really cool that works is on top of like your B-roll like this is having some variety in here. So like here we actually we can put like the product being worked or used in here as well.
I've tried everything from coffees to energy drinks and adaptogen powders, but nothing aligned perfectly with my natural lifestyle.
Cool. And I know this is not the like right spot of which he talks about it and stuff, but just to give y'all an example, I'm going to cut this. Sweet. I'm going to remove that background again. Let's see, video, auto background removal. And then we can scale her down.
I've tried everything from coffees to energy drinks and adaptogen powders, but nothing aligned perfectly with my...
Sweet. There we go. So you can layer in a few product photos like that. Obviously, you can leverage ChatGPT to also pull some of those photos and stuff and make them with AI. But yeah, just to show you all that real quick. Now, obviously, it's not an editing channel, so I'm not going to go through this whole video. But what we're going to do is just going to literally select everything like this. And then I'm going to go and create a compound clip to where just
if you crash by
a whole new clip. And then what I'm going to do is click on captions. And then I'm basically just going to generate these captions real quick so we can add some captions to this video. And then I'm also going to show y'all kind of like a final of what this would look like right here. But the biggest thing I want y'all to take note here is by leveraging a AI creator like this, one, just how easy it is to create that. Two, it adds an element of, hey, this looks more realistic versus just an AI voiceover with no one talking. And we've had some really great ads with this, just like an example.
If you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this tea hack. As someone who teaches yoga, runs a wellness blog,
like, hey, there's someone that's talking,
and juggles a packed schedule.
And it just gives another element to that video that adds that level of realism to it versus just a voiceover with just B-roll to it. So just to show y'all, just kind of like, not the final clip, but just a quick little example real quick. What I made before this.
If you crash by 3 p.m., you need to see this tea hack. As someone who teaches yoga, runs a wellness blog, and juggles a packed schedule, I know firsthand how draining afternoons can feel.
To just create more dynamic elements to that particular video and more realism. So if y'all enjoyed this video and y'all want to check out ArcAds, I'll put a link below to check out ArcAds. Highly recommend it. Works really well for us, especially to have clients that A, just don't have a lot of content, or B, we want to rapidly test a bunch of ads at a significantly cheaper rate before we go invest into actual like paid UGC. This is a phenomenal tool to add to your tool bin. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With that being said, my name is Nick Terrio. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.